Καλημέρα παιδιά από τον Άφλιο. Before we get into the video, let's enjoy this view. Beautiful morning from Naflio, Greece. Right, this is a quick video I want to do here today. And yes, it's going to be about things that I hate about Greece. I'm pretty sure some of you have been waiting for this video. Let's just get right into it. Okay, number one, the mass consumption of news. This is a big problem here in Greece.
Λοιπόν, εδώ είμαστε τρεις βουλευτές εδώ του Ελληνικού Κοινοβουλίου.
Wherever you go, you will see shops and businesses with a TV. This is everywhere. In the beginning, when I first moved here to Greece, I thought this was a cool thing because, hey, you can have your own shop, you can have a business, and you can have a TV in the background. You can actually be enjoying yourself as you're running your business. But it's a big problem here in this country, in my humble opinion. And how do I know this? Well, because I've been living here for 14 years, so I know firsthand of how much TV media is being consumed here. And I'm not talking just about trash TV. I'm talking about specifically the news media. So again, I go with a philosophy that watching the news is not something that is going to help your situation one bit. Yes, you might call yourself informed, but you know, I don't know how that's helping you in your life. I don't know of anybody that has watched the news and felt good about themselves in the situation. Number two, Greeks being negative about Greece. Now, not every Greek is negative about their own country, but I have seen this again and again, and it got me thinking that is the mass consumption of media and news affecting the psychic of Greeks as well and their perception of their own country? And I'm not making this up. I just got a comment quite recently because I get a lot of comments here on the channel, of course, from Greeks talking negatively about their own country. And, you know, I just got a massive comment. It's not even a comment, it's an essay about what's happening here in Greece. And this person actually mentioned the news, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing this video, because it got me thinking about it. Yeah, people see the news and the mass media as the gospel, that like this is exactly what's happening and that is the truth. Okay, regardless of what you might believe, and even what I'm saying for some people is just complete nonsense, right? And I know that every country has their own issues, and probably the things that I'm mentioning here will resonate with you wherever you're coming from and wherever you're watching this video from. But the negativity that Greeks have about their own country is something that I'm still trying to comprehend. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because, yes, Greece has many, many issues, but somehow some Greeks think that these issues are exclusive to Greece. And yes, a lot of people have left in search of a better life somewhere else, and only to be faced with a reality that hardship still exists in England and in Germany, okay? You're still gonna find high prices, drug problem, and crime and all of this, but this is one of the things that frustrates me a little bit. Number three. This is a big problem here in Greece. The amount of strays is just crazy. Now, one thing is to be on a Greek island and see cats all over the place. That's an iconic image of Greece. But another thing is to be walking this path and see 5 different stray dogs all together biting people, all right? And this has happened here in Greece, and especially here in Nafta where I live. The problems that we have here with strays is a big, big problem. The amount of dogs that we have here in Nafta that are just strays, and you know, people being attacked by dogs, you'll be surprised, all right? Now, I haven't been bitten by any dogs, but I have been attacked by dogs. You know, it just takes a wrong turn, and then you might be confronted with a whole bunch of dogs, and they're just barking. And there are stories of people being bitten pretty bad and even sent to the hospital. Here in Nafta, by the way. Most of the locals, when they do this walk early in the morning, which happen to be of a certain age, right? They have a stick, okay, in order to protect themselves from the dogs in the case that they may come across a group of stray dogs, all right? And again, this has happened to me, so I'm talking from experience. And it has happened not only once, by the way, that I've been confronted by 5 different dogs. And yes, whenever this has happened, I'm shitting myself. And, you know, but I'm a grown-up man and I know how to deal with it. I don't start running or I don't get, you know, completely terrified because I know the dogs can smell the fear and that just makes it worse. But not everybody is that lucky or that brave in order to know what to do in that situation. But it breaks my heart, you know. I love animals and I have, in fact, 2 cats. So it breaks my heart to see even cats in the middle of the winter or a heat wave or whatever just suffering. I mean, look at this. This is for cats, you know. This is people that bring water and they feed the cats here early in the morning. There's ladies that take care of the cats here on this path. They bring food every single morning for the stray cats that are all over the place. Rubbish. I've done a video about this, the rubbish on a particular beach, and it's a big problem, you know, and this comes down to educating the culture or the people, and, you know, it's not a right thing to throw rubbish, you know, on the floor. Just take care of the environment. It's a global problem, rubbish. Καλημέρα σας. Μαζεύουμε σκουπίδια,
Μα πού τα πετάνε όλοι.
Έχει πολλά σκουπίδια παντού,
Τι να κάνω, εγώ τώρα δεν μπορώ, όχι μαζέψω, εντάξει, δεν θα σας τρώσω την κατάσταση, αλλά εντάξει.
Καλά κάνετε. Κοίτα.
Δεν είναι, κοιτάξτε, πριν τα αναπτυλικά, τα νικητράκια πάνε όλα με σκάτα.
Καλά κάνετε.
Δεν είναι ότι κάνω καλά. Είναι εντάξει ο τρόπος, τώρα έτυχε, τα έχω κάνει, το κάνω κάπου. Αλλά είναι ο τρόπος έτσι, δεν ξέρω πώς θα το μάθει σπίτι του.
I'm sitting down here. There's a lighter right there. There's, you know, just rubbish. Okay, and it's not that hard to find it. Okay, it's not that hard, but it's a big problem here in Greece. Rubbish is a big issue. Look at that. Plastic bottles. So people come here, they hang out here, they enjoy this view, but then there's plastic bottles and stuff all over the place. And I feel like a hypocrite sometimes doing these videos and like, oh, look, enjoy the view. But little do you know that underneath there's some plastic bottles. You know, I mean, what's the point? And you know, we are responsible. We are responsible for this. I mean, I probably want to use my platform not only to bring awareness, but as well do something about it, you know? Yeah, collect it. I will have to go down there and collect the rubbish. You know, when I go to the playground here in Greece with my kid, it gets so bad that we have actually collected some rubbish from the playground because it's so much sometimes. And I don't see people cleaning the streets either, at least here where I live. You know, I've never seen someone where I live cleaning the actual street, ever. You know, you'll see it. I mean, you will see it for yourself if you come here to Greece. And if you live here in Greece, you know that this is true. There's a big problem with rubbish here in this country, or trash, like the Americans say. Okay, Airbnbs and housing prices or housing and property problems. This is not something that is exclusive here to Greece. This is a major problem in many countries, actually. Spain, Portugal. There's a big issue in Barcelona right now with over-tourism, right? Greece has that problem as well, in Santorini and Athens specifically. It's such a big problem in this country that it affects the locals. It affects us, the locals, like with the pricing of houses because of Airbnbs and yeah, what's happening in the market of property. It affects the fabric of the community. That's what I believe. They should be regulated because there is no sense of community. In Athens, this is a big problem, by the way. There are so many Airbnbs in certain parts of Athens that there's no community whatsoever. I mean, the locals do not live there anymore. So people cannot live there. It's just people traveling and staying in Airbnbs, and you lose that. So if you're a traveler, you're a tourist, and you're coming here to Greece, and you're staying in Athens, a certain part of Athens, and you want to experience a certain sense of community, you're not going to experience that. You're just going to experience a mass tourism, and you're just going to experience, you know, being around other tourists, staying in houses that were meant to be for the locals. Okay, Fakkas is something that I have mentioned before on a previous video. It's just such a part of a culture. In fact, I was speaking with a group of Greeks, and they were talking about something that somebody has to go to the doctor and do some procedure or whatever. Something, not something major or anything, but they brought it to the conversation like it was just no problem. It's like how much you gave the doctor so they can treat you. I'm like, what? You know, like, really? But it's a big problem, you know, to just have it so ingrained into the culture that you can just have a conversation openly about it and just talk about actually how much you gave to the doctor. And even though they don't agree with the procedures of actually giving Fakkas to doctors in order for them to actually take care of you, because whatever the reasons, either the doctors are underpaid or, you know, you just want to jump on the queue and make sure that you're being taken care of. It's a big problem in this country that is so ingrained in the culture, in the psychic. I mean, I've seen my in-laws as well talking about this. Whenever they go to doctors and, I gave him this just because. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand how is that still carries on here in this country. And I'm gonna be talking about health, because I know a lot of you guys wanna know about this. My wife has given birth in England, in the NHS, and it has given birth here in the public hospital as well. And I'm gonna talk about that. And yes, we did not give any fakelaki when my wife gave birth in the public hospital. We didn't. But this culture and this thing that I believe is the real cancer in this society, it's so standardized, it's so common that there's no shame in it. I mean, I have seen pediatricians just writing down a receipt for less money. Like, for example, when I go to a private pediatrician, not the pediatrician that I'm going now, by the way, but there was a time that I was going to a pediatrician that, they will charge, 40 euros, okay? Which I believe is the standard fee when you go to a private pediatrician. So you pay 40 euros in cash, and the pediatrician will write down a receipt for 10 euros. This is a big problem in this country when it comes down to taxation. It's a big problem when it comes down to ethics. Just forget about the taxation and tax evasion and all of this. And yes, it's not fakelaki, but it's a big, big problem. That, hey, this is the price with a receipt, and this is the price without a receipt. Can you get a better deal without a receipt? Absolutely. Is it good, or is it better for the country? I don't think so, right? And this is such an important part of the economy here, that a lot of Greeks, when they complain about things being hard here in Greece in terms of the economy and all of this, they don't talk about this. They just take part in it. And I'm only bringing this up, not only because I live here, but because I work online. And everything that I do is traceable because it all comes through the wires. So even if I wanted to do these things with my own business and everything that I do online, it's just not gonna happen, right? Because it could be traced. I earn $1 online, and that is all traceable. There's nothing that I can go and say like, oh, let me just hide this income here or this income over there. So it's a big, big problem in this country. The whole culture of fakelaki, or try to avoid paying taxes and try to avoid this and try to avoid that. And what shocks me the most is not the amount of money that you give to someone like a doctor or a lawyer or whatever when it comes down to fakelaki. What bothers me the most is how natural it is. How okay is it? It's a standard thing. It's almost like expected. And it's a sad thing to witness, and I don't know what's it gonna take in order for this to change. And finally, the most important part. I was gonna put this one as the first one, but I wanna leave it for the last one because I see a lot of people using my platform and my channel to spread negativity about Greece. The only person that can do that on this channel is me, because this is my channel. But I created this channel in order to share my life as a foreigner living here in Greece. And my job is to help you experience Greece as a true local. But I am here to do something positive about Greece and about my life here in Greece. I'm not gonna use my platform to get political or to name everything that is wrong here in this country. My channel is about the good life that I live, and this is my good life. By the way, this is just another day in my life. And I'm going for a walk early in the morning, I'm listening to a podcast, and as much as I hate to do this type of videos, I feel it's a necessity for me to speak about these things, okay? Because I wanna be fair and balanced. Do I sound like a news reporter now? I wanna be fair and balanced, right? And it is fair to talk about the negative sides of living in a certain country, and Greece is no exception. My situation is no different than yours, wherever you live. And by the way, drop in the comment section where you're watching this video. But I see a lot of people taking the time, again, to write essays, taking the time to write big paragraphs of negative things about Greece here on this platform. And my question to you is, why are you taking the time to do all of these things? Why are you taking so much energy in order to write a massive essay that is actually bringing your own country down? And actually, what is the purpose of it? You know, it's almost like you're actually trying to push people away. You're actually writing something in order for them to watch one of my videos and then go into the comment section. And actually, it almost sounds like you're repelling people to even come and visit, right? So one thing is to try to convince yourself of the bad situation that is happening here in this country. And another thing is to try to just spread a propaganda campaign that is a personal campaign in order for you to just vent and let people know about what you think about Greece. And my thing is always the same. If you feel so passionate about it, create your own YouTube channel. You seem to have a lot in you. You seem to be very good with words when it comes down to talking about what's happening here in Greece. Create a blog. I can help you do that, by the way, if you don't know how to create a blog. Okay, you want to create a website, you know, because my website is called My Greek Lifestyle. Maybe your website should be called My Greek Nightmare or something like that, right? Create a website, create a YouTube channel, and start talking about all the negative things that you have expressed underneath one of my videos. But I'm going to be talking more about this type of sensitive issues. And I'm certainly going to be doing more videos like this ones, but they're going to be a little bit more unfiltered, actually. And I'm going to be talking about this for private members only. And that's why I have created the private membership videos here on the channel. For those of you who really want to engage with me and have direct access to exclusive content, where I'm going to be talking about more positive issues, of course. I'm not going to get political or talk about these issues on the membership, but because you're going to be a private member, a paying member, you're going to have exclusive videos that not the general public is going to be able to see, because there is a fee to be paid in order to watch the videos. And yes, it will help the channel, but at the same time, it will help filter out all of this negative trolls that they just want to hang out here and watch my content and leave some massive negative comments about their own country or about me as a person. Anyways, guys, I hope this video finds you well. Σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. I love you very much, and I'll see you in another video.